What's up, everybody? It's your girl, your sibling, your favorite poet's favorite poet, Tammaka Staley, and y'all already know what time it is. It's time for another episode of Talks with Tammaka. All right, so boom. This video is gonna be real brief, okay? It's gonna be real brief. It's June, and as we all know, it's Pride Month, right? Yes. All of that. I am a part of the community. I am your unfriendly neighborhood pansexual baddie. Emphasis on the unfriendly. Dang, my hands is ashy. Come on. Now, all the Motherland Essentials oil that I got, you would think I wouldn't be ashy, but that's not what I'm here to talk about. What doesn't need to be ashy, though, my hands can be ashy, but y'all's performative activism during Pride Month, we don't need that kind of ash in our lives. All right, so let's talk about it. So every year around this time, companies will slap some rainbows in their logo. They will get a few queer folks on their pages and their websites. They might even get queer folks to actually be a part of campaigns and commercials, right? And while all of those things are important, because of course we want to pay queer folks, especially queer Black folks, right? And give them their dollars, run them their coin. Why is it that we're only doing that during June, during Pride Month, right? So is it allyship or is it performativity? That's what I'm questioning, right? And there are a lot of examples of this, because I don't think that allyship is something that is a title that you give yourself. As a person who is heterosexual, cisgender, that is a privilege in this country. You don't get to name yourself as ally, right? You have to wait for the community to give you that title. And let's also be clear that LGBTQ plus folks are not monolithic, right? So I don't speak for every LGBTQ plus person. I want to make that very clear, right? Just like I don't speak for every Black person, just like I don't speak for every woman, etc., right? But what I am questioning is that the allyship doesn't seem to be there. It seems to be very performative, because I only see these things during June. Like, are you actually consulting with queer folks and asking them what they need, what support looks like? Or are you just using them to build your diversity quota, right? And there are a lot of examples of that, right? We see it being done with Savage X Fenty. Exhibit A. Right? I've even seen it being done with the crayon case. And I support the crayon case. Exhibit B. I only ever see queer folks doing makeup on lives during Queer Month. And if I do see them other months, it's like sprinkles. It's never an emphasis on Black queer makeup artists or queer makeup artists in general, unless it's June, right? We see it being done with Ben & Jerry's, which, by the way, Ben & Jerry's is owned by Unilever, if I'm not mistaken. Y'all can correct me if I'm wrong. And they are supporting a lot of the violence that's going on in Israel against Palestinians. And a lot of y'all thought it was woke because they were coming out with statements, you know, in support of the Black Lives Matter movement during the numerous murders of Black folks. But you got to do your research, okay? We even see it being done with them. And as much as I wouldn't say a fan, I would say as much as I am a lover of this person's music and what they stand for, you know, I love me some Beyonce. But even Beyonce has shown her performative activism. And this was an image from 2015 when the law for gay marriage was passed and legalized, that this showed up in her video, right? And there's multiple times that she has slapped on the rainbows and danced around, you know. But like I said, I only see this being done when there's something big to happen, right? Why can we not celebrate queer folks all year long? Why you can't rock the rainbow all year long? Why you can't put them in your commercials and put them on your ass and put things on your website to represent folks, right? And let's be clear that I only see these done during events, right? So you'll see queer folks in a commercial, but then you go to the website, there's nothing to be found. And of course you can't tell whether somebody's queer by looking at them, right? But companies make it very known that the person is queer when it's convenient. So this is a critique to investigate. It is not enough to sprinkle a few LGBTQ folks into the mix and then it's crickets all year long. It is not enough. It is not enough to have mostly light-skinned, thin bodies, even if they are queer, and then you don't see no deep dark-skinned people, you don't see no fat bodies, you don't see folks that's living with disabilities that are part of queer. Like, these are all intersections and identities that are part of queer communities, and you don't see that. It's not enough. So what do y'all think? Is it allyship or is it performativity? What are some ways that you will give your critique if you want to? Because it's not up to queer folks, and it's not our responsibility to tell people how to do better. It's our responsibility to just exist and live, and for others to pay attention and to listen to what we have to say if they want to actually be an ally. Right? So what do you think? What's some ways that companies can do better? You know, what are some critiques that y'all have? Y'all let me know in the comments, and you know, I'll be around, because this is life or death. Like, queer folks, we don't get to just be queer in June. Right? Y'all see the rainbows and the sunshine and the smiles and the parades, but y'all don't see the abuse. Y'all don't see the murders. Y'all don't see the marginalization. Y'all don't see the misgendering, which is violent as fuck, by the way. You can remember to say somebody's new last name when they get married, but you can't remember their pronouns? I don't know. I don't think that y'all doing the type of work that y'all say that y'all doing. Are y'all doing the studying that y'all say that y'all doing? Are y'all doing the investigation and the listening that y'all say that y'all doing? I'm questioning that. It's looking like a no for me. Y'all drop me in the comments. Let's have a discussion. And of course, I'll be back at you next month.